Welcome back, folks, to continuing coverage of the 2015 Challenge of the Americas Openers here from Musselman Honda Circuit in Tucson, Arizona. This broadcast brought to you by Karting Coach. Rob Howden alongside David Cole. Proud to be back as part of the program again here in 2015. Always great to be here with Andy Saisman and his crew and this fantastic Challenge of the Americas Racing Series. What a battle we have just right in front of us here. We know we have a lot of people listening in. Tweet from Austin Versteeg. He's fired up and ready to listen to this Rotax senior race. It is going to be big. Nash Motorsports, the sponsor, and a stacked field. Mason Murata on the pole alongside Brendan Baker. Luke Selican and Louis Pagano on row 2. Jake Craig and Jonathan May, row number 3. Walker Hess and Christian Brooks, row 4. Bryce Choker and Philippe Danz on row number 5. Blaine Rocha, Cedric Lupian, row 6. Carly Taylor, Derek Wang, row 7. Jim McKinney, Alex Key, row 8. Green, 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 racing into turn number 1. Can they get through cleanly? One driver spinning further back, but the front 5 or 6 rows look good. Big knife move for Pagano. What an aggressive move for Pagano. He knifes his way through. Pagano from 5th back to 3rd with a great dive to the apex of turn number 2. He jumps up to 3rd, will go on defense because he knows if you can get out of turn number 4 and 5 clean, you know you're going to be able in the position coming through the S's. So important to hold a spot out of 5 so you're able to have the great spot coming through turn number 6 and over to the S's. First time by the back straightaway, down we go into turn number 11. Murata with the lead. Murata nicely into position. Selican goes to 2nd. Pagano 3rd. Louis Pagano holding on to 3rd position. Brandon Baker in the 3:25 has 4th. And then the Formula K, the Race Lab entry for Jake Craig up into the 5th spot. Craig's going to lose a spot, though, as Bryce Choker throws it in there. It's been an impressive day so far for Choker. Just one lap in qualifying put him back in 24th. He drove all the way up to 9th position in that pre-main to put himself on the inside of row 5. He already runs in the 5th position. Choker's got the BBR rolling right now. It's a Tony Kart for the number 304. He runs in the 5th spot. Here's a battle right now for the 3rd position. Baker goes by the inside of Pagano, and simultaneously Craig back to the inside of Choker. So Jake Craig goes back into 5th. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th on top of each other. Choker, Rocha, Hess, Taylor, and May. Yeah, this is aggressive racing to be certain. Carly Taylor goes to the inside of Walker Hess. That's for 8th spot. May comes through as well. Jake Craig now opens up into the 5th position. No one behind him now. Rocha able to get by Bryce Choker. Remember, Rocha had a rough go of it in the pre-main, went all the way back. The car wasn't perfect. He now battling it out for 6th with Choker. Choker went down the inside of 1 to take the spot back, but a better exit of that corner gave this position back to Rocha. So Rocha goes to 6th. Choker back into 7th. Keep a look at the lap times here right now. Jake Craig running in the 5th spot, 51.494. Needs some more speed if he wants a challenge here. He's the only non-OTK car in the top 10. All alone by himself in the 5th position, trying to close up on Pagano. Front 4 drivers, Murata, Selican, Baker, Pagano. Tony Kart, Cosmic, Tony Kart, Tony Kart. Craig goes faster, his best lap of 51.427, but the leaders are all turning 1s. Baker and Pagano both 51.1s. Choker and Rocha continue to fight for that 6th position. Choker now by for 6. Rocha goes to 7th. Carly Taylor in 8th spot. Jonathan May in 9th, and it's Walker Hess running in 10th. Right behind Hess is Cedric Lupien and Christian Brooks. That lead quartet running strong. And again, so early in this race, it all depends on what kind of setup you put on this race car. We all know that you can make a car fast in the first 5 laps, but the key is making it consistent through a 25-lap main event so it comes on at the end when you really need it. Here comes Baker to the inside of Selican. He gets the job done. Baker goes to second. Brendan Baker to second spot right now. Got the stats crew working up here in a big way here, folks. Pagano able to get by Selican to go to third, but in the top 7, only one driver has not made it as part of the World Finals. Brendan Baker, the only driver, has not made it to the World Finals before. Obviously, Mason Murata, Louis Pagano, Luke Selican, or as either a junior or a senior, Jake Craig, and the Canadian Bryce Choker. Blaine Roche as well. Keep looking further back. I'm sure we'll find a couple more. But, yeah, that's impressive to see the quality of the field here. Obviously, Christian Brooks in 11th. Super high quality of the field here this year. As I said, going down the field, David Cole able to pick up Derek Wang as well. Derek Wang's been there on numerous occasions in the DD2 category. We'll see who's going to do it this year because a ticket in senior up for grabs. Six main events to be strong at, 6 events to get maximum points to be part of your national team. Murata still leads Baker, but you know who's closing in slowly is Jake Craig. He's starting to close up on Seligan and Pagano. He was actually quicker by about 3/10 than Pagano last time by. In fact, he was fast as the leader. Let's see how these cars come in. Remember, still 18 laps to go, or 17 this time by. We're only 8 laps down. Long way to go in this one. 51.6 for Murata. 51.16 for Murata. A 1.9 for Baker. A 2.3 for Selican. A 1.6 for Pagano. 51.078 for Jake Craig. Fastest driver on the racetrack right now. Still not outright fast lap. That belongs to Baker back on lap 5, a 50.981. But as it stands right now, fastest driver on the racetrack, the Formula K of Jake Craig. Craig closing up on the rear bumper of Louis Pagano, and that's going to be the tough thing. He's quick, but he's got to find a way by. Looks over his shoulder. He's got lots of room. Craig with about maybe 2.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds from Bryce Choker. Selican going to go to work on Pagano now. He gets through. Craig was not in a position to follow him through. Again, now is where the setup comes into play. Who's going to have a good race car here in the second half of this one? It'll be 10 down, 15 to go still. Long way. Only 40% through this main event. 51.129. Murata turned his fastest lap last time by. This time it's Selican's turn to turn his personal best, 51.071. Right now it looks like it's going to be Murata versus Baker. They've got a little bit of a gap over Selican. Let's look outside the top 5 a little bit while we have the time. Bryce Choker by himself in sixth. Probably has about, I want to say, a half a second at least now over Blaine Rocha. Jonathan May, 8th. Cedric Loopy in 9th. Christian Brooks has been able to work his way back up into the top 10, currently in the 10th position. Carly Taylor, 11th. Walker Hessen, 12th. Alex Keys runs 13th. Parker McKean, 14th. And Chance Stevens rounds out the top 15. Good fight here for third. Selican, Pagano, and Craig. If Craig's going to find his way to the podium in the debut for his Formula K squad, he's got to do some work because those leaders are starting to stretch away. Selican now over a second behind Murata. .344 Christian Brooks to .382 of Carly Taylor, having a good fight here for the final spot in the top 10. Taylor right on the rear bumper of Brooks. Just 1.5 seconds separating the entire top five now. Virtually every one of them running 51.2s. A 2.55 for Murata, 2.25 for Baker, 1.23 for Selkin. He closed up a little. 2.28 for Pagano, 2.88 for Craig. All so evenly matched in that lead group. Someone's got to come up strong here in the second half. That's where we are now. 11 laps left. Pagano finally pulling the trigger as he gets by Selican to go into third. Louis Pagano to P3. Now let's see if with Pagano out front they can catch up to the leads, because that next group, third, fourth, and fifth, was not able to put any pressure on. Yeah, Selican closing very briefly, but they were still almost a full second behind. Pagano stretching away from Selican a little bit. I bet you're going to see Craig start getting racy here. He does not want to see Pagano stretch away. We'll have a look at the gap as they come by. Even with the pass, Pagano quicker than Baker by about 0.04 of a second. See how they are now with an open racetrack. There's Baker goes to the lead in turn number 2. Baker throws down the bottom of Murata. Murata coming back over in 4. They're side by side. As they start the race, here comes third, fourth, and fifth. Oh, we got a new race here now. They started racing with 10 to go. Baker wanted the lead. Murata wanted it right back. Pagano just wringing his hands, saying, let me in. Up on the wheel again. He would love to see Murata try to go back by again here and now. 5 drivers in the lead fight. There goes Murata to the bottom. Not going to work. They all stack it up. Here comes Pagano through. Pagano to second. Murata's going back to fifth. They're fighting. Murata goes back to the 5th spot. Craig into 4th. Selikin goes to 3rd. Pagano to the grass to the inside. Book it. Pagano leads. Pagano into the bottom of turn 5 through the car all the way to the inside of the racetrack. He holds him back. Man, he dropped the wheel trying to go in there. But Pagano, the veteran, takes over the top spot. Here comes Baker back to the inside. Pagano doesn't want to give it to him, but he does. And Craig by for 3rd as he gets by Selikin. Senior racing at its best. Baker leads. Pagano runs 2nd. Craig trying to close up here. Jake Craig has timed his passes brilliantly and has worked his way down to 3rd. Here goes Pagano back to the inside, the same spot again. But Craig's going to come through and lead. Craig, your new leader. Pagano went to the bottom again in turn number 5. Was able to take the position away from Baker, but both he and Baker went wide on the exit, and that allowed Craig to put the Formula K to the bottom. He comes out and beats them over to the S's. So Jake Craig leads a train of 4 OTKs, the FK to the front. Selikin follows him through. He'll go by. So Selikin now goes to the lead. Wow, turn number 1. They all just keep dicing it out here. Phenomenal racing to watch here in the Challenge of the Americas opener. With the names we have in the field, this is what we expected. Pagano back by the inside of Craig, who goes back into 5th now. This is going to allow more drivers into the hunt here, though. Choker, he wants to get in there. He sees them racing. The BBR karting crew already put 2 on the podium. In the junior category, they'd love to see Bryce do it as well. Here comes Pagano back to the inside. Book it into turn 11. Pagano to the lead. No, that's Murata. Murata back to the lead. The white suits got me out on that one. You got to be kidding me. There goes Selikin. He'll go back by in turn number 1. Murata gets him on the exit. Crisscrosses him. Baker right there in the black suit running in the 3rd spot. Craig in front of Pagano. They are 3rd and 4th. Baker, knife job to the inside of turn number 4. He'll go to 2nd. Murata back to the lead, though. This has allowed Choker into the hunt. He, Rocha, May, and Lupien all back in here. It'll be 5 to go this time by. Epic racing in Senior Max. I'll give you the top 10 rundown this time by. Top 9 in the lead group, for goodness sakes. Here we go. Here's your rundown as they come across the stripe. Your leader is Mason Murata. Brendan Baker runs in 2nd. Luke Selikin 3rd. Jake Craig 4th. Louis Pagano 5th spot. Bryce Choker in 6th. Jonathan May 7th. Cedric Lupi in 8th. Blaine Rocha 9th. Christian Brooks in 10th. Carly Taylor 11th. Walker Hess runs 12th. Parker McKean in 13th. Derek Wang 14th. Philippe Daines in 15th. Alex Keys in 16th. Chance Stevens 17th. And it's Jim McKinney, Marco Eakins, Josh Kurtz, Jared Hyam, Haley Groff, Ryan Martin, and Chris Mann, the drivers still on the lead lap. Coming down the back chute. Handful of laps remaining. Murata trying to hold off Baker. Jonathan May slips by Choker for 5th, or 6th rather. That's 6th and 7th in the hunt too. May and Choker. I got a feeling Brendan Baker just believes this one's his. He has been very strong all day long, and the moves he's making are very decisive. It'll be 3 laps to go this time by. Craig led for a time, but he's back in 5th position right now. Capitalizing on everything you possibly can. Murata, Baker, Selikin, Pagano, and Craig, top 5. It'll be 2 laps remaining next time by. They're stacking it up behind Baker, who's taking the lead now. Brendan Baker to the lead. Murata second. You know this one's going to get good before it's all over. Here he comes again. Murata, the inside of the back straightaway. So many opportunities to pass here at Musselman. Down to turn number 1 with 2 laps to go, flag flying. Baker looking back to the inside. Murata doesn't defend quite enough. Selikin comes through with him. Luke Selikin to second. Jake Craig not in a position to capitalize. He holds on to the spot, though. Selikin now to the inside of Baker. Stacking it up. They're trying to block coming into 5. They are stacking it up. There goes Jonathan May to get by. May and Choker both get by Craig. Craig back to 7th. Jonathan May having a good run. I believe he may be into 4th or 5th. Choker in the hunt as well. White flag will fly this time by. Selikin your leader. Baker second. Baker to the bottom into turn number. No, Baker into the back of him. Baker off. Baker gets into the back of Selikin, who's trying to bring it back on the racetrack. Baker goes right off the track. Might have just threw a chain. He did. Baker throws a chain. He gets into the back of Selikin into turn number 11. He gets pushed off the track by himself. Here we go into turn number 2, 3. Back onto the racetrack. Pagano trying to hold him off. 2 by 2. Choker on the outside. 3 wide. Contact going into 4. They were 3 wide into 4. Coming out still. 2 drivers off the racetrack. Pagano with the lead. Murata into second. Unbelievable racing action here. As the contact 3 wide into turn number 4, nobody wanted to give it up. I think Pagano's going to win this one. Trying to figure out who that is, whether it's Pagano or whether it's Murata, because the both white suits run 1-2. Coming out of the corner. Onto the front straightaway. It is Louis Pagano the winner. Pagano wins. Murata second. Cedric Lupien out of nowhere takes third. Jake Craig in 4th. Luke Selikin 5th. I don't know how this one's going to shake out, folks, because they were side by side. Pagano somehow got stuck in the middle of both. I want to say it was Choker in there as well. And Murata, they came, of course, 3 drivers go into 4. I don't think they were all going to be able to get out of that corner. Pagano ends up, as I said, folks, as your leader and your winner. Murata, Lupien, Craig, and Selikin the top 5. Rocha holds on to 6. Christian Brooks gets up to 7th. Carly Taylor 8th. Parker McKean in 9th. And Derek Wang somehow finds his way into the top 10. I'm going to head downstairs right now for a quick talk with Louis Pagano. What a race that was. Let's get down here and talk to Louis Pagano. Louis, you got to be kidding me. Obviously a big win the first outing here with 2 Wild. But that race was epic. You guys were all over each other. I think you had guys on both sides of you going into 4.
Oh, my gosh. I don't even know what to say. I just want to thank Ryan Beechner from 2 Wild and Andy Seasman for putting on such a good event, and Blake from True Tech. We killed it. AJ Whistler from Whole Shot, and everyone else that helped me, my parents. I don't have any words.
Obviously, a lot of work to be in the position there. You guys were all trying to kind of do the chess match of being in the right place. You know, guys were up front, then you would get shuffled back. There was passing almost every corner of every lap.
It was insane, and I was just sitting there thinking, man, they're going to wreck, and I might get the better end of this thing, and it just worked out my way, and finally, luck was on my side. I changed everything. I changed numbers, suit, helmet, car, engine builder, everything to get some good luck, and it finally pulled through.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you very much.
There is, folks, Louis Pagano, winner today in Senior Max. What a great drive. Pagano, the victor on Saturday's action here in Tucson.